Twitter is buzzing with an abundance of artistic interpretations portraying Godzilla in the guise of Zeus, the reigning deity of the Greek Pantheon. This fusion of the iconic nuclear-powered behemoth with the almighty king of the gods is nothing short of mesmerizing. However, amidst the awe-inspiring spectate of Zoozilla, there are notable aspects that warrant examinations. While the concept of Godzilla embodying Zeus apply highlights, and the parallels between the two are formidable, rulers possessing imminent strength and authority, it's crucial to acknowledge their inherent disparities. Godzilla, emblematic of nuclear devastation and the primal force of nature, stands as a symbol of indiscriminate power and destruction. In the contrast with Zeus, while certainly a formidable force in mythology, embodies a more nuanced essence of power encompassing governance, justice, and divine order. Thus, while both Zeus and Godzilla command awe-inspiring might, their motivations, origins, and roles in respective mythologies diverge significantly. Godzilla might be the king of monsters, but in the realm of the gods, Zeus towers as a bigger monster compared to Godzilla. Don't believe me? Let's oversimplify the story of every single god and demigod who are the progeny of Zeus, and see what are the consequences. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up right. The notion of Godzilla assuming the throne of Olympus is swiftly dismissed with an apathetic no. Delving deeper into assertion unveils a profound insight to Godzilla's perception of the Greek gods and his role preserving Earth's delicate balance. In Godzilla's eyes, the Greek gods are not revered overseers but rather perceived as antagonist figures whose actions pose as a threat to the equilibrium of the planet. The stark perspective stems from Godzilla's innate understanding of the importance of maintaining harmony in the natural order. Much like the mythological figure of Kratos, known for challenging and defying the gods, Godzilla stands resolute in his defiance against any force that endangers the balance of Earth. To basically understand the point I'm trying to say, let's take a look at Godzilla Rage Across Time, Issue 2, where basically Godzilla kills the entire Greek pantheon. Godzilla Rage Across Time serves as a compelling series of comic issues that pose the intriguing question, what if kaijus appeared in different historical eras, from Mothra appearing in the Black Plague to, of course, Godzilla appearing in ancient Greece. And basically it shows a deep understanding of kaiju involvement in human history that we've never seen before or even thought about. With that being said, let's take a look at Godzilla Rage Across Time, Issue 2. The comic opens up with a breathtaking scene set amidst a fierce naval battle raging across the Aegean Sea between two rival factions. As the intensity of the battle reaches its peak, a sense of impending doom hangs heavy in the air. Suddenly, amidst the chaos and turmoil, a familiar silhouette emerged from the depths of below. It's none other than Godzilla, and his dorsal plates shred the ships in half. This tumultuous event unfolding in the Aegean Sea swiftly catches the attention of Hermes, the swift-footed messenger god. Basically, with a sense of urgency, he races towards the majestic heights of Mount Olympus, intent on delivering the news to Zeus. But upon the arrival of the hallowed halls of Olympus, Hermes breathlessly recounts the chaos that has gripped the mortal realm below. However, to his dismay, Zeus greets the news with little to more than amusement. From his lofty perch atop the mountain, the king of the gods regards mortals as a mixture of disdain and indifference, viewing them as nothing more than mere pawns in the grand game of divinity. For Zeus, the affairs of mortals are nothing but a fleeting diversion, insignificant in the grand scheme of the cosmic order. To him, the tumultuous struggles and conflicts that unfold among humans are little more than entertainment, a spectacle to be observed from afar. With a dismissive laugh, Zeus reaffirms his lofty position of authority, confident in his divine supremacy and unconcerned with the plight of those who dwell below. In his eyes, the king of the gods, mortals are insignificant beings, destined to serve as playthings in the hands of the immortal masters. Believe me, when it comes to the term mortal playthings to the gods, that's Basically, more ways than one knowing the standards of the Greek Pantheon.
This holy council over the god, where we have many serious matter to be talked about. Such as, where are we going to hold this year's orgy?
Is this guy for real?
Honestly, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a point, okay? So now we're going to announce the winner of the most human souls sacrificed in the name of a god. Okay, maybe he's not that great.
As Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, voices her protest against Zeus' indifferent stance towards humanity, her impassioned pleas falls on deaf ears. Despite her fervent objections, Zeus remains unmoved, his gaze fixed upon the affairs of Olympus with an air of detachment. Curious about the implications of the chaos below, Poseidon, the god of the sea, decides to investigate the disturbance for himself. Descending from heights of Olympus, he surveys the scene unfolding beneath the waves with growing horror. The sight of the shattered ships and the monstrous figure of Godzilla looming in the depths fills him with a sense of dread. Driven by a sense of duty to protect his domain, Poseidon musters his formidable powers and confronts the colossal creature that threatened his realm. However, his attempts to subdue Godzilla are met with a fierce resistance because Poseidon tried to drown Godzilla in the sea. Well, that's basically pointless. Despite his masteries over the water, Poseidon finds himself outmatched by the sheer might of Godzilla, like trying to drown a fish with water. Attempting to defeat Godzilla with his own domain proves to be exercise in futility. With each futile attempt, Poseidon attempts himself on the losing end of the battle. His godly powers are unable to stem the tide of destruction unleashed by the king of the monsters. As Poseidon valiantly battles against the unstoppable force of Godzilla in the depths of the sea, Zeus finds himself engaged in a heated argument with his queen, Hera. Their disagreement centers on Zeus' aloof attitude towards the mortals, a stance that Hera views with a growing concern and disapproval. Zeus staunchly defends his position, asserting that mortals are nothing without the guidance and influence of the gods. However, Hera counters, pointing out that Zeus' indifference towards humanity has led them to grow discontent among the civilian population. In fact, it grows so big that the civilians started to renounce the gods. And it grew even worse due to the fact a tsunami emerges from the horizon, towering over the entire population of the cities. You know what that means? Someone get my French horn! As the screams of the terrified civilians echo through the halls of Mount Olympus, the gods are confronted with the chilling sight of Godzilla relentlessly pounding his feet against the very gate of the divine realm. The mountain horror, they realize that Poseidon has fallen in battle, his domain ravaged by the merciless onslaught of the king of the monsters. Desperate to defend their home, then the mortals they once disregarded, the gods muster their divine powers in the futile attempt to subdue Godzilla. But even Zeus, the mighty ruler of Olympus, finds his lightning bolts ineffective against this formidable creature. In a tragic turn of events, Ares, the god of war, rushes headlong into battle with his formidable axe, only to be swiftly vanquished by Godzilla's devastating atomic breath. Despite the pleas of Hera and Aphrodite, Zeus's pride and arrogance compel him to summon the Hydra, a monstrous beast of legend, to confront Godzilla. However, Godzilla proves to be more than a match for the Hydra, effortlessly tearing its heads. In the final act of defiance, Godzilla hurls the Hydra with such force that the very mountain of Olympus begins to crumble, its once imposing peaks collapsing on itself into massive ruins. As the gods, save for Zeus, fall, one by one in the face of Godzilla's unstoppable rampage. Zeus himself engages the creature in a desperate battle for survival. With the mortal realm teetering on the brink of destruction, Zeus's motivations became clear. His actions are not driven by the desire to protect humanity, but by his own pride and self-preservation. In a last ditch to save himself and the mortals he once scorned, Zeus seals Godzilla within the confines of Olympus, sacrificing his own divinity in the process. Reduced to a frail and mortal form, Zeus seeks redemption amongst the mortals he once spurned, haunted by the demons of his past. Yet his hopes are dashed at Godzilla unleashing a final atomic breath, extinguishing the last remnants of Olympus and sealing Zeus' fate in a tragic and cataclysmic end. Yeah, the sheer intensity of this comic is mind-blowing. Having delved into Greek mythology extensively, I've always perceived Zeus as a colossal jerk who somehow always managed to escape unscathed. But with Godzilla thrown into the mix, everything changes. It's like Godzilla's presence flips the script and suddenly Zeus isn't the top dog anymore. The art style is a standout feature, adding an extra layer of coolness into the storytelling. It's visually stunning and really brings the epic battles and intense moments to life. Honestly, I recommend the entire series to anyone who's looking for a wild ride, but this particular issue takes the cake for me. Besides, it's not like Godzilla did something so ridiculously crazy that it makes him the most overpowered character in the universe, right? Right? Breaking news! That's right, motherfuckers! Oppenheimer's remake of Barney the Dinosaur is destroying all the rings in hell. To the mob locations in the Greed Ring, basically, Godzilla makes Satan's cock look like the size of a flea. Several overlords are retreating, and the V's are killed in action. The Exorcists came down thinking they can handle this, but basically they are no longer here, and basically will become Godzilla shit. Looks like Godzilla can wipe his atomic ass with both heaven and hell. Well, stay tuned for more, fellas. Oh, fuck.